Hello, welcome to Bears That Bake, Baking for the Everyday Bear, and we're here with a guest, David Tonatini.
Yay!
Hello!
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us what we're making today.
So today we're making a red velvet Oreo brownie bar with a buttercream Oreo frosting.
Diabetes in the pan.
You might lose a foot, maybe two, but you'll enjoy it while you do it.
Yeah, it looks really good. We're about to eat it, but we're filming this first. Trying to not eat this. Joe's already made love to the spatula with the frosting.
I mean, he made love to the whisk with the brownie, so
That's practicing my tongue skills.
y'all got it. You both got your own chance. For it.
At least something's around here.
Right. So if you want to see how we made this, continue watching. Everybody's social media links are going to be down below. You have a YouTube.
I do. It's been a hot minute since I posted anything, but it's still funny from what I've been told.
So what's the YouTube show about?
So there's the original premise started as my reaction to these two adults trying to do the President's Physical Fitness Challenge.
Oh.
And it became me kind of being obnoxious and the original one was called Things That Need to Fucking Stop.
Oh,
okay.
And then my parents saw it and were like, you shouldn't curse because they don't understand YouTube. Like they literally just don't understand YouTube. So it then switched into me being things that taking things that need to fucking stop and switching the last part into being I think the second one was things that need to cease immediately or items which need to cease immediately.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of comedy, a little bit of me bitching. And then there's also a couple of YouTube-y things like tags and best friend challenge.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think
We're really grinding syrup here.
kind of, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, check it out. It sounds hilarious.
I've been told it is.
Okay. Well then I will watch it. All right. So we're gonna make this. We're gonna show you how to make this. We obviously already made it. Yeah. Keep watching.
And they're gonna eat it.
Okay, so these are the ingredients for the red velvet Oreo brownie bars. It's quite a mouthful.
Joe likes a mouthful.
Oh, it helps. Tasty. It's filling.
Anything more than a mouthful is a waste. So they say.
Okay. So for the brownies, you'll need 150 grams of dark chocolate, 100 grams of salted butter, 2 eggs, and 75 grams of self-rising flour, and 40 grams of cocoa. For the red velvet, you'll need 1 small egg, 110 grams of caster or superfine sugar, a small pinch of salt, a tablespoon or about half a bottle of food coloring, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar, 90 milliliters of vegetable oil of some sort, 100 grams of self-rising flour, and 63 milliliters of honey. And for the frosting, you need 60 grams of salted butter that's been softened, 200 grams of powdered sugar, about 6 Oreos, and 3 tablespoons roughly to heavy.
6 Oreos minimum, right? We can do
That's
more.
just. I mean, and if you're feeling really festive, you can even use red velvet Oreos.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
I mean, I have that option if you want.
Okay. So you were telling us that the sugar is different.
So yeah, so the recipe that I got this from is actually from the UK, and they have things that they use.
The whole metric system.
Aside from the metric system,
Silly British people.
but a lot of their recipes require caster sugar, which is essentially just granulated sugar that's then milled a lot finer. So it's similar to powdered sugar, but powdered sugar actually has cornstarch in it, which helps it to not stick to things as much. But otherwise it tastes exactly the same, it bakes exactly the same as regular granulated sugar.
Oh, the more you know.
Yeah. So you just put it in a food processor.
Yeah, literally, I went at the little ninja
All the bullet things.
Yeah, the bullets, and just put it in there, and you just put it on and just blitz it and let it go until it just forms a little tornado in there. That's about it.
There you go. There's no need to go find.
You never buy what you can make.
There you go. Okay. So continue watching. We're going to put this all together and make this deliciousness?
So we're gonna start by making the brownie, which is done by combining the brown sugar, the butter for the brownies, and then the dark chocolate in a bowl, and then microwaving them until they start to melt a little bit, and then you're just gonna whisk them all up until it's all smooth.
All right, so how many grams of this do we
So
need?
we're using 200 grams of brown sugar. I'll weigh that out because I've already Food Networked and weighed everything else out. So
We love that. Most organized guests so far.
Yes, please take note. If you're gonna come on our fucking show, be like David and be organized. We don't have time for your lollygag.
I wouldn't say organized. I'd say attentive.
Be anal retentive.
So that's our brown sugar. Now I need where did you put the dark chocolate?
Oh yeah.
And the butter that says brownies.
Oh, right here. See, look, and it's already like.
Was that it?
Look at these cute little like.
That's ice. That's the one for icing. Yeah, those are from Target.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Target.
Yes, we like.
Target. Oh, I like that. Target.
Okay, and so for dark chocolate, I bought Ghirardelli because it was the one that I could find that didn't have the percentage on it.
So it's 150
From Breaking
grams
Ball.
Yeah,
of
sorry.
this.
Yeah, it's
Right?
150 grams of dark chocolate. Any brand works. This is Ghirardelli because that's what I could find.
Just go to Disneyland and go to the Ghirardelli and just keep going through for the free samples until you get 150 grams of the shit.
Pretty much,
So
which is about, I
you
think,
basically don't have to pay for it.
yeah, which I think works out to be about 12 squares.
Look, if Disney's is going to charge you $130 to get into that damn park, you should be able to get some free shit, right?
Oh, fuck that. Just go to the Disney or the Ghirardelli store that's on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. I was trying to be fancy.
Yeah. Then you don't have to deal with the strollers, the children, the lines, like anything else at Disney.
You do get the stroller meat, though. You know.
So I love dark chocolate. Actually, more bitter the better, like my personality.
What person?
The bitter one I was talking about.
Damn it, and I left the shade pan at home.
Guys.
Oh.
And then we're going to take 100 grams of salted butter and just, again, pre-done, already weighed it out, chopped it up. Again, and again with butter, much like chocolate, you want to kind of chop it up into smaller pieces. So like a lot of times people will just like take a stick of butter and just like cut a square, but that again is going to melt kind of in a weird way. So if you make it smaller, it melts easier, it melts faster. You don't have to use as many bursts in the microwave.
Oh.
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
That's a little thin. That's more like fancy restaurant. You're trying to make butter curls, but I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Clearly, we're very bougie.
In high school, I used to video for the marching band.
Oh
And
my god,
so-
I was in marching band. It was the best time of my adolescence.
Color
Hold on,
me shocked.
Hold on. Let's see.
You're
What
right.
were you? You were. Let's see.
Yeah, guess. What did I play?
Flesh flute.
Skin
Skin
flute.
flute?
Sorry.
See, I want to say that you played trombone. Yeah,
The piccolo.
but
So from fourth grade
Mhm.
up until freshman year, I played clarinet.
very Asian.
Yes. And then we did our first field show freshman year, and I'm like, clarinets fucking suck for marching band.
Try marching a bass clarinet.
Okay. We didn't have that. Did you have to have like a strap?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I was
Okay.
one of 3 in our entire marching band.
Okay, wait, what? And then I was like, I want to play black brass instrument, so I switched over to the horn. French horn.
Oh,
for-
mellophone.
Yeah, French horn for concert, mellophone for.
Okay. Now we're just gonna pop this in the microwave so that this all kind of melts and becomes one homogeneous chocolate mixture.
Do you know how long you normally kind of microwave it
I-
for, or do you just kind of watch it?
I kind of watch it. I start with 20 seconds, depending
Okay.
on the power of your microwave.
Okay.
And then, because it's going to have carryover heat and it'll help to melt like the chocolate and the butter,
Okay.
but you just don't want to over.
Like fucking nuke that shit.
Yeah, like you don't want to straight away put it in there.
Okay.
Like it's always good to start with 20 or 30 seconds and then go in 10 seconds.
I have like 2 minutes and then I like leave and go do something. I'm like, fuck this shit.
It's one block. It's one
Yeah.
block.
Come back.
Right? Exactly. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have enough time to do that, you probably will.
3 days
Okay,
later.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna nuke this thing and then
Not nuke it.
Oh, not nuke
a nice gentle scorch.
it. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Because if you do over nuke it, you will scorch the chocolate. That's
Okay.
because
Pro
chocolate.
tip.
Yeah,
Don't
chocolate's
scorch the hot
a
chocolate.
finicky thing.
You look
Like if you
cock.
overcook it, you're gonna.
You always see something with the chocolate.
I'm okay with chocolate. I'm okay with chocolate.
I mean, I'll tell you how to do that with your friend later.
Okay, so we've mixed this.
Yes. We've mixed this. It's still a little lumpy. So we gotta put it in the microwave for another 10 seconds just to try and get.
Yeah,
the
but you
last
can
of the
see
lumps.
it's all like incorporated pretty much. It's
Yeah,
like-
there's still a bunch. Like you can see the lumps of chocolate still. So you wanna
Yeah, it's consistency
I was
like,
gonna say-
like molasses.
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, it's a molassesy consistency because it's essentially brown sugar, which is molasses and chocolate.
Okay, so we're gonna continue to melt this. So he's been like doing a like 15-20 second burst and then taking it out, kind of mixing it to see like the consistency.
Yeah, because if you just put it in there and you don't mix it, you're not going to actually see anything. Because most people assume when chocolate melts, it's
The blob.
melting
Right.
blob of chocolate. When you melt it in a microwave, because of how a microwave functions, it's going to be stay solid
Until you actually like
yeah,
touch it.
until you put it.
Because the center heats up first.
Yeah, because it'll heat up that way. So
Science, boys and girls. We are here to teach.
This is how you can tell I learned mostly how to cook through watching Out to Brown.
Oh yeah, LZ, we
So
referenced
this is
it many
the second
times.
time. Yeah, like Alton. Good job.
Since you put this in the microwave, it's going to be hot. You don't want to crack eggs directly into it, otherwise they will scramble. And that is not delicious. Scrambled eggs and chocolate, not necessarily the best
Oh,
combination.
you don't want like chunky brownie?
Or it could be like,
I mean, there's chunky brownies, but there's chunky brownies with eggs.
it's huevos mole.
Oh.
Isn't there supposed to be chili in it then?
Joe doesn't like chili. He just wants the chocolate.
I can't do spice. I can't do spice.
Oh, so then, yeah.
I mean, I'm not this one who has no sinuses and eats ghost pepper for fun.
I love spicy food.
Read me, bitch.
Okay. So we're gonna crack in 2 eggs to this.
So like a separate bowl?
No, literally just in here.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, so it's cooled down enough to where it's not gonna scramble.
Okay, yeah, so wait for your chocolate to cool.
Yeah. I mean,
And these are either going to be full eggs.
yeah, full eggs. And then, so now that we've got those in there, we're just gonna whisk it until it's smooth and you don't see any egg anymore.
So this is the brownie bit. Right?
Yeah,
this
this
is the
is-
cake part.
This is the brownie part. We're gonna make the cake part in just a second.
Okay.
Um,
This all looks very delicious and it smells fantastic.
I mean, that's what they tell me. It does smell delicious.
Like I'll just eat this. I'll just dip
I mean,
a cookie
you
in
honestly
this
could
and-
have eaten it before we put the eggs in.
It's
You
okay.
can eat it now.
I mean,
I'm
you
only
can
one
still eat it now.
salmonella poisoning away from my goal
They say
weight.
don't eat raw cookie dough. That's just them, like, it's the man kind of cookie dough.
Yeah.
So we went yesterday when we went to the movie. Someone next to us was eating cookie dough.
Yeah, but
A
they-
jar of it.
But they have that place in the malls now that sells
Yeah, it sells,
safe
like,
to eat
cookie dough.
cookie dough.
It's like a bite-sized Full House one.
Okay, the prepackaged.
Bitch, please, you got the thing that looks like a Jimmy Dean, snip off the end and smoke it.
That's my fault. This is like horrible.
And she's like,
Pretty much.
That's what I do when I.
Can I see that motion again, Lawrence? Motion again?
you only get one.
You gotta cup it?
You only get one.
Of course. What do you want a trombone? What was it, trombone it?
Uh,
What was it? Trumpet?
Tromboner?
No, the French hornet.
Oh,
The French
oh,
hornet.
yeah, the
Yeah,
French
hornet.
French hornet.
No, there is a move called the trombone. It's when you are eating someone's ass and drinking them up at the same time.
Oh, that's a
I'll have
rusty,
totally done that.
rusty
The rusty trombone, yeah. So you're eating. The
I mean,
ass.
or
Not
sorry,
heard of
for-
that one.
Yeah. Joe has very extensive
Do we know this from
experience. You see how quickly that came out? He's like, no, it's the rusty trombone.
Notice the slight red color that is starting to develop.
Right.
Appreciate your joke.
Get it right or don't even talk about it. Okay.
So we don't misinform our viewers.
Ooh,
Okay.
It's like very it
Yeah.
looks like tempered chocolate now. It's really shiny.
Almost, yeah. So now the eggs have been worked in, so it's a lot more, like you said, shiny in there.
Yeah.
So the eggs will add that in. It's a protein. Which, I mean,
Yes.
13.
Yeah. I just came back from the gym.
Told you. See, he pumps before the gym.
Yeah.
So,
So now that that's worked in, we're just going to add the rest of the dry ingredients, which is just going to be the self-rising flour, which it is important to get that as opposed to regular old plain flour that has, I forget if it's baking soda or baking powder already mixed in it, but it has a leavening agent that helps it to rise.
Okay.
oh, that
So we're gonna mix that into
Yeah,
here
we're
and
gonna
then.
mix that in here. Which this is not cocaine. I'm trying to positive relief.
Boo!
I mean, my dealer's out of town. Sue me.
Oh. I know. Don't you hate that? It's like
Who gave you vacation?
Yes.
right.
Like, who said you could go to Mexico?
My
Oh, wait.
addiction doesn't take days off. You shouldn't either.
When you add in the flour, it's going to obviously thicken it up a lot. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I brought the peanut gallery. Once the flour's all in, you're going to put in the cocoa powder, which...
Oh my god, chocolate cocaine.
Oh my god. So it's like cocoa powder and the chocolate.
Exactly. So these are super chocolatey. And yeah, we're just going to put that in again, just like the flour, and mix it all up.
Okay, sweet. I love all this chocolate.
So now we've mixed in the cocoa. It is now even thicker. Like, does not... It'll blop off the whisk. It doesn't actually... See?
It's
Blop.
so thick.
How thick was it?
One does not even know what to do with it.
Oh, so we reached optimal thickness for you then?
There's a limit. I'm a lady after all.
See, this is why you fail, because the limit does not exist.
Oh, okay, Katie Mary.
First came out with red velvet Oreos.
Uh-huh.
I got this one a box of
Uh-huh.
because he loves red velvet everything.
Uh-huh.
They were gone in one sitting,
Nice.
which was about 10 minutes.
Impressive.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
I wish I was there to
I
watch
don't think I
that.
can do it anymore.
I don't know, let's try it.
It's a pretty long.
That's love.
Okay, and we're just gonna put this into the pan here. And once it all gets in, you're just gonna wanna smooth it all out to try to get it as even a layer as possible. So that way it all cooks relatively evenly and you don't get any spots that are undercooked or overcooked because they're too thin or too big. Flinging chocolate everywhere.
I would just eat this.
It's not the worst thing this counter is. Certainly won't be in the future.
So when does Backdoor Bears in the Kitchen come out?
Oh! The behind the scenes stuff.
Steal that.
The behind the scenes material.
Back door.
Isn't that like what all pornos names are? Like Backdoor something?
Back alley,
Harry
back door.
Potter's Chamber of Secrets.
Backdoor Sluts from Outer Space 9.
Oh.
I
Way better
haven't
than
seen
Ray.
that
But it's still directed by Ed Wood.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And then, so as you can see, it's kind of a lump, which is good. It means it's formed properly. And you just want to take it and smooth it all out, which is a lot easier to do with a spatula.
Yeah.
That's really good. You did that really well.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with this so far.
Like I said, in or dente.
We're gonna have to practice spreading.
Let's see.
On top.
Good to know.
We'll talk.
Good to know. Have we traded business cards?
Now for us, it's QR codes.
Oh, no.
You trade QR codes.
You know, it's kind of
Have we unlocked?
funny story. I got into I caused Twitter issue with Michelle Visage.
Oh,
What did you do now?
I told you about this, and it's kind of your fault.
You're right, me, so.
So for Christmas one year, I got him Michelle Visage's book,
uh-huh.
and when I bought the book, I opened up the book, and it's just like it starts on page 8. Where's the first 8 pages?
Uh-huh.
Not realizing that, unlike a normal book, which has like the table of contents and everything else, as not part of the book page count, it started on page 8.
Oh,
And like,
okay.
I even went to Barnes & Noble and went through like 6 or 7 different copies of it, and like,
So the first page of the actual text.
is page 8.
Yeah, it's all the, like the publication stuff.
Yeah.
But that's weird though. Why would you consider that a page of the book?
Exactly.
You didn't like
Usually
that.
it's like
Yeah,
It needs to
exactly.
be
Right.
7 extra pages, so it needs to meet some kind of count. write 150
Yeah.
pages.
So she doesn't look like a dumbass who couldn't write enough pages.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, Michelle.
Well, I mean, in Ellen DeGeneres' book, at one point she says, "I'm literally writing right now because I have a workout day." But anyway, so I saw all these books and they weren't having the first 8 pages. So I didn't know what else to get for Christmas. So I was like, Michelle, what's going on here? And I tweeted her, and it started this whole thing of hashtag the missing 8. And
Nice.
like even other people were chiming in like, yeah, this missing the first 8 pages, what's going on? And so she had to post a video on Twitter of her opening up her book going, look, this is where it starts. Michelle Visage is a lioness, because it's just a full page that says that. And then is the first page. Oh, that's kind of weird.
That's
You
not
should
how
fix
that works, though, Michelle. That's
Yeah.
not how that works.
You should fix that
Okay.
in later areas.
All right.
Okay, so now that we have this all nice and thick and even, and it's so thick it ain't gonna move. It's kind of like a blizzard. You can flip it upside down.
I was gonna say that.
Upside down.
I mean, I wouldn't try it, but you probably could.
That was a lot of effort, so we're not gonna try to purposely fuck our shit up. But
We do that enough on accident. On
Yeah.
our own.
That's
to
just
no
like,
fault of my own.
that's just like everyone with autocorrect. I fuck up enough. I duck up enough on my own. I don't need someone.
Okay,
else.
iPhone, I am never
Nobody
typing ducking
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, nobody ducks
Fuck a
that
lot.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is the in-between layer, which is going to be half of the Oreo part, some Oreos, and crumble them up. And you just want to kind of get a nice little even layer, but leave enough space so that the red velvet and the Oreo connect, or the red velvet and the brownie can actually connect to each other and kind of mix.
Okay. So you're not like pulverizing these, you're kind of just like...
you're just leaving them in large chunks.
Okay.
And so, like, you don't want to have too much. Like, this is probably good.
We've,
Okay, so we've put in the Oreos. They're good. This is now going to go off to the side for a little bit. And we're going to make the red velvet.
Yay. Alright, so the velvet part.
Okay, so for the red velvet part, it's going to be pretty simple. I mean, granted, I think a lot of things are simple. So you're going to start by mixing the egg, the oil, the buttermilk. Oh, we need buttermilk out of the fridge. And the vinegar and food color together. Buttermilk is literally used in baking and ranch, and that's it. It provides a little bit of a thickening agent as well as everything that milk does.
Thick is the word of the day. So
Yeah, this is the word of the day.
with Pee-wee's Playhouse. we'd
That's
be
like
great.
what?
You have to take another shot now. So we're doing shots every time I say we're gonna need a couple of shots. Wind up.
It's adult
No,
version
you need
of
at least like 5.
the adult version of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
We take shots.
How many times have I said it so far?
At
Fun
least
drink.
5 or 6. We have tequila.
Welcome to Bears That Big. At the end of this, play the drinking game, rewatch this, and drink every time we say the word thick.
Okay.
Oh!
So there's that food.
Oh my god.
And 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar. Which again, this is the smallest that you can get that in. And you literally need a teaspoon of it. Also, they have these annoying little shaker lids on them.
Just
which-
splatter out.
Yeah, because literally, like, you can't even pour it. It's like, you know, after the 3rd time, and it kind of just goes.
Yeah, we all know. You know, when you're home alone and you need to entertain yourself.
It's been a long day. 90 milliliters of vegetable oil.
So we're doing all the wets, right?
Yeah, with any sort of baking, especially cakes, typically you will do the wet ingredients combined, the dry ingredients combined, and then you bring them all together to get the final finished product. What's kind of a little bit different about this one is that it considers sugar a dry ingredient,
Okay.
which sugar typically in most recipes is considered a wet.
Is it?
Yeah, because it will dissolve so easily, it's typically considered a wet ingredient because it's like it will go in and it's just easier to put in with the wrap. Okay, and I'm just gonna put in a foil. What we call the bowl.
Oh, she's mentioned it.
This is butter.
Mo butter.
You know, I made a joke when we came here about how our freeway exit was it Butterfield?
Oh,
Yeah, Butterfield Ranch.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, it's fitting. Get it? Butter, baking. And then he just looked at me like an idiot.
Right now. It's the same look.
I warned you, the amount of side eye and eye rolling on this episode was going to increase. It's a lot. So this is where the caster sugar comes in, which, if you want to take a look at that, that is it essentially looks like powdered sugar, but like I said,
super fine.
yeah, like I said, the only difference is that powdered sugar has cornstarch.
So you just milled this even more.
Yep, literally just took a magic bullet or the ninja bullet. Yeah, and in that kind of thing, and it works. You don't have to get a whole blender dirty.
Okay.
And then just pour it in, mix it up, and you just want it to be smooth in there. You just don't want any lumps of sugar. Try and get it as even a layer as possible, because again, you just don't want it to overcook or undercook, depending on how thick or thin the layer is.
Thick, yay!
Yay, drink.
Okay, so it's now going to go in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. So it's now come out of the kitchen, come out of the oven. Listen, it's in the kitchen. We're throwing it in a coming out party.
The closet was too small.
Yeah.
Coming out of the kitchen.
For all this cake.
Yeah. Is it a cake?
It looks fantastic.
Oh, bar.
Yeah.
Instead of a bar.
I mean, it's a giant bar.
Dessert.
But yeah, so it's all done. It's cooled. You can actually touch it. It's not going to burn yourself, and which means we can frost it now. So we're going to be making a homemade buttercream frosting for this with Oreos in it.
Whoa, okay.
There's Oreo on top of chocolate. Everywhere.
Oh, so it's like chocolate, Oreo.
It's basically like here's some chocolate, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, kind of. Like I said, if you are diabetic, you will lose a foot eating this.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
Good thing none of us
What are the
are.
measurements to make this be like bed sized?
It's going to start out with butter, the exact amount of which is 60 grams of salted butter. It's also supposed to be softened. So we've had this sitting out since we started this. So, and we need 200 grams of powdered sugar. And then we're just going to take a spatula and start mixing this up a little bit, just to kind of incorporate the butter and the powdered sugar. Because once you add water, or you can use water if you're just trying to make it's called glacé icing or glaze. But we're going to be using cream. And it's not going to look like it'll all fit with that much amount of liquid, because we're going to put in 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And it's all going to actually come together into a solid mass.
If we can avoid that, please have more process.
Unless Walmart wants to sponsor us, then we love Walmart.
Oh. Launch chairs for $8.99? Fantastic deal.
Okay, so that's in there. And like I said, I don't know what camera we're using on that.
Oh, I can see it.
But yeah, so it's a little amount of liquid, but I promise it's all going to go away.
Okay.
It's all going to turn to icing.
Oh yeah, so it does all kind of come together, see? Now it's like a...
So now it kind of looks like mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Like, it's still not completely mixed.
but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. If you want, you can add a little bit more cream, and that would help to let it down a little bit. Like, just a splash.
Just a skosh.
Skoosh. Nice, gentle, couple drops.
So we're just like crumbling this up?
Yeah, which we have more over there, but you just want not necessarily like giant
No, we
chunks.
We don't have it.
I mean, I've got red velvet ones if you want those.
How's that?
But you don't want giant chunks because then it's not going to be as spreadable. But you also don't want to make it too crumbly, like that, because it'll turn your
Don't strain yourself, Lawrence.
it'll turn your ice cream brown.
You're starting to sweat.
Right?
That's not what you were doing.
So yeah, because if you do it too small, you're gonna get all the little crumbs in there, and
Brown frosting.
yeah, they'll turn that kind of like gray brown color.
Brown frosting makes sense too.
Yeah, but it doesn't work for aesthetically using it in something like this. Because it's supposed to look like
Oh, don't backtrack now.
I'll see myself out. Okay, so then we're just gonna ice it like a normal cake, which is just put it in there and try to make it even, so that way you're not gonna get a giant mouthful of frosting.
Oh,
That's exactly what I want, though.
Yeah, but you want to get a nice full bite of everything. But it's literally just put it on, kind of smear it across the thing. You want to remember when frosting something like this is don't go and stop or try to backtrack until everything's all on there. Otherwise, you're gonna rip up the top of the cake.
Oh, so smooth motion.
Yeah.
Like,
You want a smooth, fluid motion, and you also want to follow through.
Gotcha.
Because otherwise, you're just gonna. Yeah. Because otherwise, you're gonna destroy the top of the cake, especially if the cake hasn't cooled all the way.
Yeah.
There we go.
That
Frosting?
looks really good. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna eat this shit.
Yep.
They're all done.
my God. That's fantastic. Oh, so good.
God bless the British for their recipes.
This is really good.
Well, thank you, David, for coming on the show. Thank you. It's been fantastic.
You know, every good mother loves to see her children enjoying the food. This is when we find out I'm very Italian.
We're on the House of David then.
Yeah. Right? All right, yeah. This was amazing. So, you should definitely make these. These are super bomb.
I'll give you guys a list of the ingredients and how to do it, and it'll probably be down below somewhere.
Yeah, we'll post it somewhere. You'll find it. Yeah. But thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Oh, and hit the alert button.
Yeah.
The bell.
This is how you can tell I like my too longer.
Yes.
All right. Bye.